Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. So we're going to go from Enderby, BC and drive north on Highway 97A up to Sicamous, BC. This is going to take about half an hour. There's a couple different routes to go. We're going to take the most direct route, which heads up the Shuswap River and then up Mara Lake right into Sicamous. At that point it joins up with highway number 1, which you can take to, if you go to the right, you can take it to the Alberta border, Revelstoke, Golden and Alberta border. Or if you went to the left, it'll go towards Salmon Arm and then on to Kamloops, where you can go continue on to Vancouver if you wanted. If you went to the left right here, this is going to be the road that takes you directly to Salmon Arm. You can go via Sicamous, but this is the direct route right here. And that's just, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away kind of thing. Seems like every highway in this part of BC is named 97 and then a letter after it. Like we're on 97A right now. If you were to take that road back there to Salmon Arm, it's 97B, and there's a C and a D, and anyway, there's a whole bunch of them, so it gets kind of confusing. So you want to kind of make sure you keep an eye on what the letter is after it. If you're doing any driving around here, make sure you're on the right road. It's a bit of a tight corner here. Kind of catches people off guard sometimes, and you see them hit the hill and the big marks, and yeah, you can see some there. A couple of big trucks have hit there in the last couple of years. To the right there, you can see the end of the Enderby cliffs. If you were looking a little bit further to the right, you'd see kind of quite a bit more of the cliffs. It's yeah, that's just the tail ends of it here. just going to be crossing the Shuswap River here. Done a video where we started here and ended up heading towards Enderby on the Backroads. You can look for that one. I'll put a link for it maybe at the end here. Yeah, this is where you would turn right there if you wanted to go to Enderby, the Backroads. The Shuswap River just winds along on the left-hand side there. It just twists and turns all the way until it gets to this lake up here called Mara Lake. Yeah, it's Mara Lake, so that's a really popular lake. Lots of water skiing, that sort of thing. People fish in there as well, but it's attached to Shuswap Lake, and it goes through a narrows right at Sicamous. Actually, there's a bridge for Highway number 1 going over right where the narrows kind of are, and that's a lot of people take houseboats out of there. So right in the narrows is where all those houseboats are usually docked, and people can go either direction if they want to with the houseboat. But Shuswap Lake is massive compared to this lake. This is a big lake, but Shuswap's massive. It's kind of shaped sort of like an H, kind of. It's got different arms off of it. Right now there's a travel restriction, COVID-19 travel restriction on. People really would be packing this sort of area right now. This is just before the May long weekend, the week before, and yeah, it's a really busy place all summer long, and May long weekend, of course, is always packed as well. And same with the highway. The highway is like super quiet. Normally it'd just be a parade of vehicles. So sunny right now and no wind. The lake sure looks inviting. This road used to be really narrow around these rock bluffs and stuff. It was really, really narrow, and then, geez, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago they widened it in a few places, and night and day how much better it is. If you were driving a big motorhome or a truck, there were a couple places where you almost felt like you were going to scrape on the rocks. It was that close. And you never know what you're going to meet coming the other direction at the same time, right? They had a hard time doing the road because basically in the water it's just as steep as it is above the water. So, you know, it didn't matter how many truckloads of rocks they poured down there, they just didn't seem to be making any headway. So it took a long time to get that kind of sorted out. They ended up having to blast further into the cliff because it's so steep in the water and very deep there that they didn't get any progress. They had to blast into the cliff. So this is Sicamous. This is the start of it. Lots of rental properties and timeshare type things all along this little stretch here before we get to town. You can kind of see more houses and stuff up ahead. And that big mountain in the background, that's actually in Shuswap Lake. So on the other side of Shuswap Lake. So if you were to go left here anywhere, basically you get a couple blocks and then you get to the water again. But there's a little traffic circle here, and if you follow it around and then head to the left, that'll take you towards where the grocery stores are and the restaurants, that sort of thing. If you go straight through it, that's going to take you right to highway number 1, where you can go left or right depending on whether you're going east or west. But anyway, I think this is where we'll end it this time. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you on the next one.